What's up, you guys? All right, I thought the light was a little bit better when I started this. So I am just leaving a women's entrepreneur event that I went to today. Couple reasons. I've been really wanting to connect with more women in my community. I have a lot of connections outside, but really just connecting with more women entrepreneurs and just meeting people. And it's funny how the universe will bring you people that are on your same page, right? And so there was, I think, 120 women in this room. And the ones that I spent time talking to happened to be, one was getting out of CrossFit, now teaching other stuff. We have mutual friends, so that was pretty funny. Like, we ended up right beside each other. I talked to another woman who does like advanced Reiki, so she's a healer, so that's the breathwork side of me. I talked to another woman who was like, God, you're jacked, like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I own a CrossFit gym and I do this coaching thing. And she was an endurance coach. It's just funny that the universe presents you with people that are very like-minded. But as I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this stuff, there's a couple things that our beliefs. Okay, so this is for anything in what you're doing. Your belief in yourself is a really, really, really big part of what, if you get the result that you want. Okay, the other piece is action, right? And so all I kept thinking today was, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. And I'm not saying it wasn't an amazing thing, but like, it was, none of it's new information, right? It's like, we've been doing this for over 10 years. Like, I know all the things. Now, does that mean that I'm doing all the things? Not necessarily. And so all I kept thinking was, this is exactly why we created our Shift program, because, so the name of the organization is Women in Community. And so I'm like, exactly why we created our Shift program was because it's the same struggle, whether you're trying to build a business or you're trying to change your health or you're trying to do whatever in life, is that it's all the same stuff. And that's why we created Shift. And I was literally thinking, how do I apply Shift to my business, right? And so the concept behind Shift, you guys, is that we're going to talk about nourishment. We're going to talk about movement. Like, Shift is to help you create the best version of you. So like, we're going to talk about movement. We're going to talk about nourishment. We're going to talk about actually feeling your feelings and how to process those and what to do with them and how to shift your beliefs and all that kind of stuff. And then we're also talking about your mindset. Like, what is your underlying thought process that's going through your head, right? And so it's the same thing when creating your perfect business or your perfect relationship or your perfect whatever, is like, there are always multiple pieces moving together. Okay. And so with Shift, and this is exactly what I was thinking to myself of, like, I don't need more knowledge. I need more consistent, inspired action, right? And that's exactly what we're helping you guys do. Like, everybody that's in our 10-day reset right now, I would bet that if I said, which one's healthier, McDonald's or chicken and broccoli, nobody needs more knowledge to know that chicken and broccoli are more nourishing foods than McDonald's. But what we do need help with is being congruent in our thinking and our actions. And we need to be actually understanding, like, why do you eat certain foods, right? Like, what's the emotional reason that you want to go to McDonald's, right? It's not that you just want to go to McDonald's. It's like, are you physically hungry? Are you emotionally, like, what's actually going on, right? And why don't you want to eat the chicken and broccoli, right? And so it's understanding the connection of your mind and your body and your thoughts and your actions, right? Because they're all connected and you're connected, and most of us are disconnected, right? And so, and what we're seeing in the program right now is there's multiple connections, you guys. There's your connection to yourself, to the sensations in your body. There's the connections to your thoughts, and then there's connection to people. And that was why I went today, right? I wanted to be more connected in people. And that's why the reset is so cool right now, because there's 40 people in there. There's 40 people doing it. That's why people come to our CrossFit gym, because it's for community and it's for connection. And that is a basic human need that if you're not getting it, you're going to feel like you're not fulfilled. You're going to feel that you're missing out on something. You're going to feel like you have this need that you need to meet. And some of us do that in unhealthy ways. So we do it through alcohol, we do it through food, we do it through other ways, when all you're really craving is connection. So that's one of the pieces of Shift, is that it's that connection to yourself, connection to your needs, and then connection to a community, because that is so flipping important. And that's why we did the reset as a group. And that's why we do most of the things we do as a group, because having that connection and understanding that other people have the same struggles and they're going through the same thing is huge, right? So connection, it's commitment, right? It's committing to, and that's what I heard so many of these other women saying, is most of them are very, very new in business. And like, sometimes I feel like I'm new in business, but then I realize I'm really not. Like, but it's that it takes a commitment, right? Like, it takes commitment to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to show up every day, right? So for us, I'm going to show up every day and do marketing, and I'm going to show up every day and do the things, right? Because why we need to do that is because I believe that what we're teaching is truly going to change your life, right? So I need to commit to showing up and explaining that and sharing that and helping you guys understand what we do and why we do it, right? So if your commitment is to change your body and be the healthiest version of you, you got to commit every day to doing that, right? Every day to thinking about how you're feeling, not thinking about how you're feeling. Committing every day to paying attention to your thoughts, to paying attention to your sensations, to seeing what you need, to understanding your actions, to creating curiosity, be present in your life, to creating time to go slow and to downshift and to meditate and to do all the things, right? Like, you have to be committed to that goal, right? You have to be courageous, because it takes courage to do this stuff. It takes courage to build a business. It takes courage to change your relationships. It takes courage to change your body. Like, it takes courage to change. And it takes a lot of courage to look inside and say, okay, if I know all the things, what's holding me back, right? Because it takes more courage to actually uncover your underlying beliefs and bring awareness to your actions. But the coolest thing is, once you do that, then it all becomes easy, right? And that's what they're talking about in business. They're like, a lot of people don't look at the numbers in their business. And I'll tell you guys, we did this for years because I was like, I don't want to be I'm not a numbers person. That was my story, right? We're all living into stories. And then it was like, well, we can't grow our business if we don't know where it is. Do you guys like the shadow that I'm doing with my hand? Like, you can't go anywhere. And it's the same thing with your life. Like, if you don't know what you're doing on a daily basis, if you don't know how you're nourishing your body or not nourishing your body, if you don't know, if you're ignoring your emotions and you're not feeling, if you're not paying attention to your thoughts, like, you don't know that. So you've got to get courageous to really accept where you are and get clear with where you are so that you can move forward, right? And so many people struggle with that concept of acceptance, because you have to accept it before you can move forward, okay? So it takes courage, right? It takes, what did we say? Consistency, commitment, courage. I'm not going to remember them all now. But my point is, you guys, is that we have these 6 elements because that is the wrapper around how do you actually become the best version of yourself, and how do you actually know how to take consistent steps so that you can actually be the best version of yourself, this light's healing me, and show up in the way that you want, right? And like, it's not an overnight success thing. And that's the other thing that they were talking about. It's just so funny. I'm like, this is literally what we teach. It's like, even with the best coaching, the best marketing, the best whatever, like, businesses take time to grow. That is the truth. And so does the best version of yourself, right? Like, if you think the thing you're trying to do is lose weight, that's going to take more time. It's not going to happen in 20 days. But the truth of the matter is, it's probably not that you're trying to lose weight. It's probably that you're searching for a feeling. And that feeling is not going to happen tomorrow morning. But you can create some of that feeling tomorrow morning by taking time for yourself. You can do all of that by showing up for yourself, having patience, committing to the fact that you are freaking worth it. You are worth the time. You are worth the energy. You are worth the effort. And that is what we want to help you guys do. We want to help you really see where you are. How do you make subtle, consistent shifts so you can actually end up where you want to be? And will it take a year? It might. Will it take 6 months? Maybe. But like, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing the same thing and not getting a different result? And that's exactly what they were talking about today. And so it was just really cool to be like, you know what? All of the messages are the same. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It takes all the same shifts, whether you want to shift your business, your health, your lifestyle, whatever you want to shift. So I love you guys. I wanted to share that. So if you're not where you're at, I want you to reach out to us, okay? We've got lots of stuff coming. So if you're not where you're at, I want you to reach out. We're going to do another reset. We can walk you through this. We can help you line out the steps, right? So it's not this crazy, like, how do I get from A to B, right? Like, we're going to give you the steps and the tools to go from A to B and get there in a consistent way that feels really good. So I love you guys. I hope you had an awesome day. My side note of the day is that I do not spend that much time sitting in chairs. I managed to find the one like super comfy chair, but that's not in my DNA. And I realized the other day, you guys, freedom is like my top value. And I don't like having to be told what to do. Like, today was awesome, but I was like, I couldn't do this every day. So that's my takeaway, is that I love being active. I'm so excited that I get to coach you guys, that we get to be in the gym together, and that, that I get to help you guys have the lifestyle and the life that you want. So hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll chat with you guys very soon.